In the wrestling world, the people are represented by two separate but unequally important groups. The wrestlers and bookers, who literally do all the hard work, and the fans, who endlessly nitpick and overanalyze everything they do. These are their stories.
Welcome to Raw and Order. Yeah, we're still going to do the Warhorse thing, but I'm starting it out a little bit different just because I want to, and Smarks isn't here. I can do stuff that's crazy. This week, there's some big things to talk about. We're going to give you a little hint, and then we're going to go to Warhorse. So, Action Andretti has JAS's number. Raw, Triple X, supposed to be a big deal. Going to get some news. WWE decides that Cody Rhodes is not a huge return. And, of course, on Dynamite, we had Kushida get his very first main event. Stay tuned. More to come.
Hey! It's Warhorse, and you need to shut your mouth, open your eyes, and clean out your ears, because it's time to listen to the Raw and Order podcast. That's right, they're bringing you the best in all that meaty podcasty goodness in one, an hour? Two? Who cares? Who gives a shit? You need to listen to it right now, or else Warhorse is gonna, roll your ass! Hey! It's...
I thought I'd start it twice just for the sake of fun. Or because I have no clue what I'm doing.
Nope,
what's up, man? How are you?
Nothing much, good sir. Nothing much. So a lot of news to get to. I'm really excited about Monday Night Raw is Triple X. And no, that is not an adult film. That is what Raw is going to be, because it is going to be Raw's 30-year anniversary. And we got legends. We got legends who are going to be there, and pretty much, well, we know Tatanka's not going to be there because he felt to mention it on his Facebook and his socials that unfortunately he would not be able to make it. Tatanka, I appreciate you as a wrestler and a legend, good sir, but I wasn't expecting you there. But that's one name that's not going to be there. But everyone else seems to be being there, including the Undertaker, Kurt Angle. I'm really excited to see if Vince shows up. That's kind of more my bag. I feel like that's up Vince's alley to do so. We now know he's obviously the chairman. Let's do it and let him open up Raw. Do it.
You want Vince to open Raw?
Open up Raw. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw.
Let's do it.
That's all I want, though.
That's all I want too. Yeah, just Vince does that, and then whatever. Then
love
you start
me,
Raw.
fans, because I'm untouchable.
Then now forever together. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want you to say then now forever together, because we know what you do to people when you get with people together and unsolicited stuff happens. Yeah, and you think you can have them forever under your thumb and not call people out. He settled his final lawsuit, apparently, with the referee from 1987. Not getting $11 million, but still getting multi-million dollars. So that is happening.
This is what, like, only $20 million total dollars that he had to spend.
Well, now it's definitely more than 20. Yeah, because the 19.5, I don't think was included with the multi-million with this one. Yeah. So, and he did it, of course, before he actually signed up as chairman, because, hey, might as well get everything out of the way. And
that way nothing else comes out and gets me. I'm untouchable.
Untouchable, yeah. So, I don't know. Then, of course, we still got the rumors of the sale, the potential deals. Nothing confirmed yet.
So there's a new name thrown into that. Some people thinking The Rock might buy it. And I'm like, you need quite the conglomerate. I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, you can pull the people together, that's for sure, but...
For sure. And that might even include pulling partners from Disney and, maybe not Warner Brothers per se, but a Warner Brothers sister company or something can be pulled. NBC
It
is
becomes the Black Adam version of WWE, doesn't it?
Oh, jeez, that's no bueno. That's probably one of the worst DC. No, I can't say it's one of the worst DC movies, but box office wise, it
Oh
at
my lord,
least
DC definitely knows how to put out bad ones, don't they?
they do. Here's to hoping that
Smarks isn't here.
here's to hoping that James Gunn revives it and makes it a whole lot better. So we'll see what happens. But we're not talking Marvel. We are talking wrestling and
or DC.
Oh, GC, sorry, or DC. We are talking some wrestling, and really the huge topic, like you alluded to on the intro, was obviously Raw 30 anniversary. We will no longer get speaking of The Rock, we will no longer get the acknowledgement ceremony. That has officially been scrapped.
It's a trial of Sami Zayn.
That's it.
The same night that Solo gets his first loss, probably? No, a week before. Because that's on Friday. Solo takes on Kevin Owens on Friday.
Oh, next Friday. That's his first match? Oh, you think...
That's his... I think he's... So here's the deal. That's going to lead to one of two things. Either that's Solo beats Kevin Owens and so can Roman. In other words, Solo can do what Roman can do. Solo can't do what Roman does do, which creates animosity. Solo can't do what Roman also can't do, and Kevin Owens wins both of those. That's the one scenario I don't see happening at all. Or Solo can't do what Roman can do. We've already talked about that.
I'm so confused.
So either Solo wins, either KO beats Solo and Roman, KO loses to Solo, beats Roman, KO beats Solo, loses to Roman, and KO beats Solo and beats Roman. I do not foresee KO winning both of those. I also don't see him losing both of those. So my thought processes are that KO gets this win and loses, and that creates some animosity because Solo couldn't do it. Or Solo wins, KO wins, Solo says, hey, I was able to beat him, why can't you?
Which would make sense to create some animosity. And again, there's so much rumors going into that, right? So now that we have this trial of Sami Zayn happening on Monday night, 30th anniversary, Triple X.
Sure opens the door for Sami to turn at
a bunch of things,
Rumble.
but a bunch of things, right? So is he going to turn? Are they going to turn on Sami there live right away? Is this just a ploy to ambush KO to think that Sami Zayn is getting kicked out, and then they ambush KO because that's what KO did to them on SmackDown? It could lead to many different things. I've also heard this crazy rumor, which I totally disregarded, but then he kind of mentioned to me, hey, this has happened before, where perhaps KO put Sami Zayn's name on the contract because KO did sign. And I said, well, that doesn't work. Contracts don't work like that. The name you can't sign for someone else. But then he did also mention to me. He mentioned that is wrestling. That's a valid point. But he also mentioned to me. So I'm like, give me an example. And he mentioned to me with HBK. What was it? Didn't have his name. Plus, when Chris Benoit won the Rumble, he challenged Triple H for the world title, but HBK signed the contract, and he was put in the title match too.
Maybe.
So I said, okay, valid point. I'm like, but he was also signing his name. So I don't know. There is so many ways they can go about this. One thing that does lead me to think, though, is The Rock is officially out now. Because if you were going to do an acknowledgement ceremony with the wholesome Anoa'i family and so on, and the Johnson family and so on, it would have been because Roman, or Roman was going to mention something about The Rock potentially not showing up and thus create a whole thing for
So
WrestleMania or whatever have you.
here's the thing. The Rock is out for Rumble, likely. You advertise The Rock
Right.
for the Rumble because you want the buys for the Rumble, right? But you also just advertised to the world that Cody Rhodes returning is not big enough, is not the biggest return you have.
They did mention, though, that they were pleasantly surprised with the
Number
names.
of
And I
surprises.
don't, a number of surprises for the Rumble. Which I'm like,
Which
okay,
is
so you
saying
think these
Cody Rhodes'
surprises are
return is
better than
not
Cody?
big enough. Yeah.
Well, not
I
that it's
mean,
not big enough. It's
that
just
means
everyone kind of knew it
somebody
was
thinks
happening.
it's bigger than Cody. Than a cold open with Cody. Instead, we have this lukewarm. Cody's going to be there. He's going to be in the Rumble.
Well,
Yeah,
again,
we'll get some pop, but rather than
well, this might have all depended too on what The Rock was going to do, right?
and
So if Rock is going to show
I
up,
mean, if you're going to cold open the Rock, do you cold open him at
Rock's not
Raw
in Rumble.
30
No, Rock's not.
or at the Rumble? Of course, you're not going to think he's at the Rumble. I don't think he wins it. Like at this juncture, I don't think that the Rock should be in a title match.
No,
This should be
I
for
don't think
head
The
of
Rock
the
would
table.
show up
This
if he
battle
doesn't
should be
win
for
it,
the head
though.
of the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't think The Rock shows up to just. But if The Rock shows up at Rumble, he has to win it. That's crazy to me for that to even kind of happen. So yeah, I don't see The Rock being anywhere near the Rumble. I think that's a whole insurance thing on its own. My friend was mentioning, oh, but dude, he can just go in there, do a slap, 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 spit on hand, slap out, boom, do a little rock bottom. And I'm like, yes, okay, I get it. It's not a whole lot, and he doesn't necessarily have to do a whole lot, and people could throw each other out. If he's at 30, it won't be a lot of people. But at the end of the day, it's still an insurance scenario, right? Maybe they can get behind him doing one 10, 15-minute match at Mania. Maybe if everything is controlled or whatever have you. But to do two matches, anything, there's more risk, obviously, in it, right? And insurances love evaluating the higher the risk, right? The higher the risk, the more money you lose, and yada, yada, yada. So I don't see The Rock showing up at Rumble. If anything, he'll show up at KO's and Roman's match, thus making Roman maybe lose the title. Could be a thing if he shows up at Rumble. If it's going to happen, Rock's at Rumble. How do you do it? He shows up during that match. But yeah, I don't know. But then there's also another more rumors saying that the Rock thing really isn't happening. But if Rock really had to show up, he shows up not at the Rumble because that is bigger than Cody, which is I just don't get why they would put the Rock in the Rumble. I would feel they would put the Rock on the show somewhere, but maybe, I don't know, they just have a lot of legends coming back and it's just kind of like, well, now maybe we're just going to tell the story of Cody Rhodes at number 1 or number 2. Mind you, that would have been epic if it was a surprise, because even if we know Cody's in the Rumble, we wouldn't think he's number 1 and 2. We would think he's 27 or number 30 or whatever, right? So I'm hoping it's big. And I don't even think maybe, yeah. I think The Rock would outdo the Cody surprise to be bigger than Cody. But I don't know what else would be.
Yeah, that's the only one that I can think of that's bigger than. So,
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know. Well, this Raw anniversary though is really built up to be like a pay-per-view pretty much, with the matches they're having, Bianca versus Bailey and Is it Bianca? No. Bailey versus. Let's get that quick. Who's in the cage? It's Raw 30
Bailey
and
Becky.
Becky. That's it. In a cage. That should be a good fucking time. Both women. Has Becky ever been in a cage? I feel like she has. She's been in an elimination chamber. No. So she's definitely been in some kind of cage. But that's going to be fun. Not really too excited to see Lashley versus Austin Theory. I don't know why they're bringing him back into the picture again. Maybe to bring back Hurt Business, because that's obviously what's happening there. Omos is now seemingly going to be part of it. So maybe it's just to kind of do that, bring that back. Lashley wins the title. But then that would ruin Austin Theory, which they've been building. So I'm not really too sure. And I like it. I like that I'm not going to know.
I feel like that it's still. I think this is a very appetizing set of events that are coming up with WWE. So long as Vince keeps his nose out of it. Speaking of appetizing, though, I have to talk about Factor. I know that Smarks told everybody we weren't going to talk about Factor this week, but as the person who's eaten a week worth of their meals and then some, I have to tell you, I reordered. Factor has been absolutely wonderful. The food is fantastic. This week I had a pesto salmon that was lights out. I have to. Usually I'm used to chicken or beef, and I've never really been a fan of pesto, and this was the best pesto I've ever had in my life. So I'm not saying that because these are the best meals I've ever had. They're better than average for a frozen meal. They're certainly better than average for a keto frozen meal, or not frozen. I'm not supposed to freeze them. I did freeze them by accident because I'm an idiot. But the pesto salmon is to freaking die for. Guys, that code is still active. Go to go.factor75.com and use our code specifically to Raw and Order WBU. Factor SE13652. Again, Factor SE13652. You'll get 60% off. Go enjoy these meals. They are fantastic. I've not been disappointed with a meal yet. I thought I was eating the salmon to have the bad meal and get it out of the way, and boy, was I wrong. It was
that was some good salmon.
Good. Nice. Oh my gosh, the pesto was lights out. It was on a bed of spinach, like a cheesy spinach bed. It was just so good. The whole thing was just fantastic. But back to Raw. So I have to admit I am excited for Raw 30. I don't know that. This is a lot like AEW to me in the early days. Is where does the peak end? So we've seen this gradual growth of better and better and better and better WWE.
Mm-hmm.
There are disappointments that have been involved. Much like there's, we're disappointed in AEW. Darby Allin hasn't been the world champion, or Jungle Boy hasn't been the world champion, or all that stuff. We built to MJF being the AEW champion.
Right. Which
I love it.
Honestly, I love it too, especially when you have this whole Daniel Bryan thing happening. Daniel Bryan has been putting nothing but bangers, which, is no surprise to anyone, I guess. But especially when you go against, who was he? No, was Bandito this week? No. Bandito was last week. I think Bandito was this week.
That was this week, yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's like, I'm like, there's no way he can top what he did, and then he goes and he just tops what he did. Bandito is obviously freaking phenomenal. He can work really well in the ring, and I would love to see them fight again. Next week is going to be, geez Louise.
He's got a rundown, so go ahead and finish what you were going to say.
Next week is going to be against Brian Cage, which Brian Cage could go. He can kind of flip around, and he's kind of has an athletic background.
And he just had a big win this week over Willie Mack. So,
yeah, and that was I thought it was. And I thought it was going to be a squash. I'm like, oh, poor Willie Mack doesn't deserve that.
Willie Mack puts on good matches, but good losses. Like, you just never see him as a winner.
No, and I loved him in Impact. I absolutely loved him in Impact. I just thought they were going to squash him. So the fact that this match was at least 8 to 9 minutes long, I was happy for. I enjoyed it. I'm like, you know what? At least you showed what you can do. You got some one-ups on Brian Cage, and it worked. So I do hope they potentially maybe sign Willow Mack because he definitely deserves.
So where are you getting your information that The Rock is for sure out at Royal Rumble?
Well, there's like belief heavily that it's not happening.
I think that's exactly what you want going into him being there. I just don't think anybody
is saying it.
I think even Stone Cold wouldn't be as big a pop as Cody.
I don't know if that's
people
true.
People would be like, you're kind of old.
Oh, never mind. For WrestleMania, belief that The Rock having a match at WWE WrestleMania 39 is not happening. So WrestleMania 39, not necessarily Rumble, but if you're not having a match at WrestleMania, why would you be there at the Rumble? So noted reportedly he would not be able to, because The Rock had mentioned that he might not be able to get in ring shape, right?
Yeah.
For a rumored match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. Furthermore, there was speculation that The Rock would appear for Roman Reigns' acknowledgement ceremony that was scheduled for Monday, blah, blah, blah. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer had discussed anything is possible, and it's certainly possible. He could be keeping everything a secret from one or two people, but the word is that he doesn't have the time to get in shape all along. If he has the time to do it, he will do it. So Meltzer not really saying much, just saying it's possible, and headlines reading into too much.
Homeboy took a spear and laid down for Goldberg. He can do it for Roman.
He could. You're right. He could.
So,
I also at the same time want to see these belts get split. And I
think KO is the way you do that. I really do.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. I think that could work, actually.
Have the loophole in the contract that Heyman put in there. Only one belt is on the line, but...
Yeah, Heyman could do that because Heyman actually had the contract with him, right? So obviously no one reads contracts because, that's just what regular people do, I guess. And so that could have been
every time we get to a webpage,
Yeah, that's it. So that, I guess, is a way you can do it. And that would be dope.
You ever notice in wrestling they never redline contracts? You never see them bring out a lawyer and redline certain parts or anything like that. I just think it's funny.
Well, I mean, it's implied that it's done behind backstage, right? Because they literally
no one's... There'd be value to that in the wrestling ring, having the negotiation. That the negotiation itself could be a reason for them to attack each other.
That's fair. Yeah, that would actually be an in-depth storyline with Paul Heyman being the advocate could do that for Roman. That would be kind of cool. But they obviously
with an actual attorney.
Yeah.
One we would know. Who's the guy that was on NXT that was part of Nexus? He was an announcer for a little while. Still works for him. You know what I'm talking about. David something, I think. Anyway,
David something. No, don't know.
This is where not having Smarks here is a blessing. We don't have to have him sit there and look it up for 20 minutes.
No,
okay,
that's fair.
So Necro Eric gives us a quick rundown. We've got Action Wrestling Lords of Chaos on Friday. 3 straight days of GCW wrestling in Alabama. On Saturday, there was ICW No Holds Barred 40. XPW, We Are Not Your Kind. Prestige Vendetta. New Japan Pro, Day 2 of Wrestle Kingdom 17 in Yokohama, early Saturday morning. And Great Muta final match with Darby and Sting in Noah versus Hakushi. And Marufuji, early Sunday morning, Okan and Shingo Takagi. God, I bet that was a great match. In an MMA Bloodsport type match on early Sunday morning, too. Oh, my God!
And today there was H2O Hustle and Gold, Sunday Night of Champions. Damn. That's
that Shingo Takagi and Okan. Ooh.
Yeah, gotta find that.
David Otunga, that's his name. David Otunga. David Otunga, that'd be great. Anyway, they announced the full card for Keiji Keiji Moto final card match at Tokyo Dome on February 21st. Tetsuya Naito. Wow. My Japanese is not good. And there are also many other matches insanely stacked. Okada versus Kaito Kiyomiya and wrestlers from New Japan, Noah, Dragon Gate, Tokyo Joshi Pro. Pretty awesome. I kind of want to see that. So.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta definitely try to find that MMA Bloodsport match though, for sure. Whoop whoop.
Oh,
Necro, if you know a link,
insane.
if you know a link, Necro, hook me
when
up.
you say blood sport, are you talking like the V-shaped ring, Rob Van Dam, and
well, it's a blood sport.
Bloodsport.
It's a blood sport type of match. I don't know if they have the Rob Van Dam kind of
Ring
style,
setup?
but technically, I'm more thinking of the blood sport that they do. Who's the guy that does it? That Mox was part of for like a few matches.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's. But he said blood sport type, so it's not technically from the blood sport thing, obviously. But that does sound a whole lot fun and would be kind of be similar to what Mox did.
Okay. The match from Matt Riddle and Josh Barnett. Bloodsport is an event.
Josh Barnett Bloodsport is an event, Game Changer Wrestling runs where it's mostly
Pretend shoot stuff.
Boom.
Okay, cool. Very cool. I still want to see it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I'm going to give you a chance to get off screen if you need to. Otherwise, if you're going to stay on, that's fine. Yeah. So we had some pretty stacked news coming up in the majors, I guess I would say. The minor leagues look like they are the things to watch right now, boy. I tell you what. So, should we start with Raw? Just the results of Raw? Do we want to? Because there's going to be stuff we miss when we watch as much wrestling as we have.
I don't get how I watch maybe like 30% of what Necro watches on a weekly basis.
And I can't remember it all.
And I can't it all, sure. I only remember like bits and pieces. I remember maybe a 2% of what I watch because it's just so much. It's just so many hours and it's just so many things. But one thing I certainly did enjoy, I did enjoy that 6-man tourney, 6-man matchup for the IC championship. I thought that was a great match. We're getting a little bit more build for the Hurt Business. Hurt Locker is a movie that was somewhat decent, but that's neither here nor there. So the Hurt Business, Omos joining, if you're going to give the guy something, he's on contract. Sure. I don't mind him being the big daddy cool of the Hurt Business. The rumor of Street Profits potentially joining in, though, I'm kind of down for.
Oh, my God.
And I hope that is the
I've
thing.
been waiting for a large faction for ages, something more than 4 or 5 people. A faction that can really stand up to the Bloodline would be fantastic. So, just a quick rundown of Raw. You got Solo Sikoa beats Mustafa Ali. Of course, you hear that and you're like, Sikoa's going to win right now. Street Profits beat Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. That was what was leading into your rumors.
Right.
We had Omos versus Elias. Omos won. So we've got the Street Profits.
I don't know how you put Elias up there with Omos.
I don't know
and
how
you make
have him
Omos
lose.
beat
I'm
Elias.
so tired of Elias losing, bro. It's just horrible.
It's messed up that he got better with being Ezekiel on the card than Elias, which is messed up. Well, it's his brother, but you know what I mean.
We have Judgment Day beating the Alpha Academy, where basically Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley did the work, and Dominic Mysterio got the
pin,
which was We have Io Sky beat by Mia Yin. You can call her Mi-Chin if you want. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Stupid. Bronson Reed beat He Deserves Better Akira Tozawa. That was definitely the weak point of the night, but I think it was a low point because right after that they had that 6-way elimination match that you so deeply enjoyed.
Who beat Akira Tozawa?
Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
This is
I tried forgetting about it. I really did. I understand why they did it, but like, why use Tozawa, man? Why?
Well,
Why not use Elias for that match? Then again, I think I would have been more
Reed
angry.
Becoming a new Tyrus.
Well, I guess Triple H thinks of him as the same as Vince, because that's what Vince probably would have did with him. But maybe Triple H is thinking around the same lines. I don't know.
I mean, he's not a Funksaurus or anything, so
no, there is that. There's no Congo line happening.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So Raw, not a bad show. Like seeing Mia Yin or Mi-Chim, whatever you want to call her.
Well, they call her both names, so
I love. Now you don't love this, but I absolutely love that Bobby Lashley has this title shot this week.
it's just we've seen it. He's not progressing.
You got to see this stuff again. Well, he's not progressing because he didn't have his group around him. So let's have him have a reason to have
Right.
a group around
Okay.
him.
So there's that story. Fair.
And of course, he pinned Seth, so that's always a big plus with the spear. So
Right. No, great
I dig
match.
it.
Great match.
dig it.
I dig it.
So.
And that was probably the best match of WWE side of things this week. I thought that match was stellar.
Yeah, it was a great match. Great match.
AEW, of course, though, Brian
Dynamite
and
was-
Bandito.
So one of the things I wanted to use in our opening segue was Dynamite just continues to put on a great show in the wrong orders of things, and there were still some things that felt like they maybe should have been later in the show or bigger. Here's the deal: you don't have somebody face Willow Nightingale and they stay face. Willow Nightingale's the nicest person with the biggest smile on the planet.
Right.
And so I understand there was a title on the line, but isn't Bryan Danielson and Bandito, why is that a mid-show card or mid-card show match?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that should have definitely have either finished the night, considering it's to face the world champion at but we also talk about them not also showcasing the other titles. So I guess Darby, who did Darby face? Darby faced Ego, no?
Yeah, all ego.
Which still wasn't the main event, actually. That wasn't even the main event.
He faced Kushida.
Oh, Kushida.
Yep. That was on Dynamite was Kushida. Darby versus Kushida. And Kushida is, you know that I thought he was fantastic in NXT.
NXT.
And,
Yep.
And WWE. So, just a quick rundown. This is how stacked Dynamite's card was. So, you opened up with All Atlantic Championship, Orange Cassidy, Jay Lethal. I'm not a Jay Lethal fan, but this is still a fire match. So you're opening with fire and a title, right?
Yep.
You move on, and you have the Young Bucks take a loss to the Martin Brothers, Top Flight.
I didn't see that happening. Thought it was a great match, though, and I'm happy for Top Flight.
Fantastic match. And Spot Monkey Central, fantastic. This was just so good.
I don't know. They made
Darius and Dante.
They made Young Bucks also look not too choreographed. Like, I almost feel that Top Flight and Young Bucks are a better pairing than Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks. Sounds weird to say that because obviously Young Bucks have more chemistry with the Lucha Brothers, but I thought this match, for it being the first time ever, was like spot on perfect. And I enjoyed the Young Bucks immensely in it as well. So
Yeah, I mean, this match was fire. So you have 2 fire matches. Then you get to Ricky Starks and Jake Hager, which I thought would be better than it was. We did get a promo before this where uh, the acclaimed and Billy Gunn came out, and then the Gun Club came out, and Billy Gunn has 2 words for his sons: family therapy.
Right.
I don't know. That was an okay spot, but yeah. And then Hangman and Renee talked. Sounds like Mox is doing okay.
Yeah, Mox is doing okay. He does mention that he's eager to. There's some tension still there for something that he hasn't had a fallout with yet. So I'm curious as to what he was referring to with that. I forgot his specific verbatim there, but he was mentioning that there's something that hasn't been completely finalized with him, and not with Mox per se, but with something else that he hasn't dealt with yet. So here I'm thinking, like, is it an Omega thing?
Wants to make some amends, or yeah,
Is it an Omega thing? Is it an Elite thing? Is it a Dark Order thing? Is it a CM Punk thing?
There's things he wants. Is it an MJF thing? I have not redeemed myself for not beating MJF.
Right.
Not being the one MJF had to face. Whatever it may be. So it's an interesting thing. Ricky Starks did beat Jake Hager. Jake Hager does not put on a good match, usually ever.
But this match was his
Jake
best.
Hager puts on good matches, but not great matches. And so
Right.
when you're surrounded in the card by this, it's going to be tough. Because they were kind enough to give the 2 promos before that, and I had to think positively about that. They did things a little bit in order in terms of that. The low point was there, and they cut 2 promos before it to make sure that it was the best action. It was perceived as better action than a promo. But it's followed up by Danielson and Bandito, and Danielson and Bandito is a good match always.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Like, those 2 dudes could be like, you know what? We're going to phone it in on this match and only do a 7-minute match. Okay, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Like, that's the hard part. This is the 2nd week in a row that probably the middle matches, not the ones in the very middle, but the towards the middle matches were the best matches of the night. MJF cuts a promo. Willow Nightingale and Tony Storm. Tony's a bad guy, I think.
Yeah. So Tony and Saraya are bad. Kushida, I guess, is the one that's not bad. It's kind of weird. I don't know what they're doing. Kushida, Jesus. Hikaru Shida, excuse me. So it's weird what they're doing with that, though, right? So last week we saw that Hikaru Shida threw the kendo stick in the middle. Oh no, Britt Baker got it. Okay, Hikaru Shida might be turning heel. And then we get this week, it's Saraya and Tony Storm, in fact, turning heel. Did a bunch of heel moves there. So now it looks like Hikaru Shida is kind of fed up with their heelness. We saw that in backstage as well. So I really don't know what they're doing here, and I feel like they don't have a specific direct plan. Feels very WWE-ish in regards to, well, we don't know. We're kind of just going with the flow.
Yeah, I'm not. I think there's somewhere they're headed here. I just don't know where. If that makes sense. But I don't have a clue.
I'm just saying, I think they don't know where they're headed.
Yeah. I do know Willow Nightingale is the ultimate babyface that Jungle Boy is. She's the female version of Jungle Boy. Just always a babyface.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm down for that. And I honestly think she should go for... I almost feel like she should be the one to beat Jade for her championship. Give her the push that she needs. People will respect her for that. And I think she can do it. Because now... I don't know, by the way, how Jade's whole 49-0 works in a tag match, but sure, because I thought her record was based off single matches. But yeah, Willow to beat Jade, I think, is where you should go with that, because that would raise Willow like to newer grounds, and I'm
It would
tired of
make Jade that much more heel. I mean,
yeah,
imagine all the tactics Jade could go to. Jade is officially 49-0 though now, which is kind of cool. So,
but that's with
the
a
magic
tag
number.
match.
Yeah, well, she got the pin though. So,
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
That's kind of their weird thing that they're doing. And yes, Tozawa does sell like a beast. Sorry, I wasn't on the comments here, so I didn't see this. They definitely need to take Elias more seriously and make it more serious.
For sure.
And Tozawa does sell. And that's what you kind of need against somebody who's going to take the Samoan spike as a finisher. Because
he fought against
not
Omos.
at all believable.
Didn't he fight against Omos? No, Omos was sorry. I'm confusing my shit. Bronson Reed. He fought against Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry,
So no spike was needed.
But still, I hate the Samoan spike as a finisher.
No, that's fine.
That's part of last week's conversation. Anyway, and then Kushida and Darby Allin. This was a fire match too. If it didn't have the other two matches on this card that were Top Flight and the Young Bucks, and Bryan Danielson and Bandito, this is probably the best match of the night. It's certainly right there with Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal. I don't like Jay Lethal, so I thought that this was better than that match. But that said, we're getting to a point that yes, we know we're going to get a fire match. We don't really believe Darby's going to lose this match. I didn't. What were your thoughts?
I think you maybe should have. I just want Sting to turn on Darby already. Like, I feel like you got to just start doing this Sting Darby storyline. I get it. He's the TNT championship. He's the TNT champion. I almost feel like maybe Kushida just should have won the championship and Sting randomly caused him something or something, have you. Darby doesn't need the TNT championship. He really doesn't. It doesn't do anything for him. He was already TNT champion before. We know what we're getting with Darby. Maybe I'm just saying that because I'm not getting a legitimate storyline right now, and he's not really in any type of storyline.
No, we're just getting them winning.
The comeback kid. Yeah. Mind you, they do a lot of open challenges, but I guess they're maybe doing too many open challenges because they do that.
I would love to see a take a break Darby's version of Sting. Sting telling him, no, man, you need to take a break. Your body's still beat up from the last time. No, man, you need to take a break. And finally, Sting just taking out the baseball bat and smacking him in a match so he loses. To try. I'm trying to help him and help him take a break. We haven't really seen a heel Sting in history. I want a heel Sting.
Okay, I guess NWO Sting wasn't him, right?
NWO?
Yeah.
It wasn't a heel. It was still he was in the Wolfpack, the good faction.
Oh, fair. Okay.
And then the fake Sting wasn't him, so.
Right.
Yeah,
nope, that's fair.
Anyway. So anyway, Dynamite, all in all, I give it a great score. At this juncture, for me, the storyline of Dynamite is the things that happen, I expect to happen, with the exception of the Young Bucks losing this week, which was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
But they gave him an excuse, because last week was the ladder match. And they talked about the excuse.
And they also...
the excuse.
Well, yeah, I probably didn't need the excuse, and it wasn't necessarily because of the ladder match. It was more they haven't tagged together in since July. I think they mentioned
there's been a third member available for at least the last 2 months.
Yeah, but they actually haven't tagged since July of last year.
Well, that's right,
right?
because
They were also off for a
they were
while. And
trios, and then they were off for that little while because of CM Punk.
right.
Yeah, it hasn't just been. I just don't like the excuse. That's my thought process. So, other than that, Dynamite Fire A+ show every single time. It's an A+ show. But there's always one that just feels out of place, and for me, it was Bryan Danielson and Bandito. But I don't think you can discount your titles by not putting them as the bookends.
Was the Power Slap show on Dynamite before Dynamite, or was that before Rampage?
Which one?
The Power Slap show? Dana White's Power Slap?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch
No.
it.
Okay. So I'm not sure if it was before Dynamite or Rampage, but it got really bad ratings. But not bad. Not bad. I mean, I'm not going to support
with the
it.
swollen face.
Right.
Like one whole side of his face is double the size of the other side of his face.
I mean, I'm not going to support it or anything. It got really bad ratings. Chris Nowinski also mentioned, hey, guys, you probably shouldn't support this. Makes complete sense. I do completely get it. But at the same time, also kind of being hypocritical. Man. Yeah, but so is boxing. So is UFC. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I appreciate Dana White trying to do something different with, he's just being an entrepreneur. Because it's kind of like the Ultimate Fighter meets slapping, right? So it's an Ultimate Fighter
weird show. Shit, doesn't he? Like when he bought Ultimate Fighter, it was definitely outside the realm of normal. So
yeah.
UFC.
That's it. So I know what I'm gonna probably watch next week. I'm into that Ultimate Fighter kind of type of show, competition and all that. See what happens, where it goes. Listen, I don't like oh my god, there was the first match that you saw. The guy got slapped and he literally didn't know where he was. Apparently he also got like memory loss or like short-term memory loss because he didn't even realize why he was on the floor. And I was like, oh my God. And there's no amount of money in the world for me to maybe want to take a slap like that. I don't even $1 million. I don't think I do it because I'm just going to spend that money to see what's going on with my head. But man, these guys, I feel like aren't even they're getting the opportunity to go into the house to try and win a slap championship world title or something. And it's just freaking, just wild, just crazy.
I hate the no flinch rule. Fuck you, man. I'm going to flinch. I'm going to get out of the way of that. Yeah, it's gnarly.
Is there a no flinch rule?
Yeah, you can't bend your face out of the way. I feel like if somebody's slapping you, you don't have to take that shit and run on. Like your reaction time should also.
Well, yeah, but you can like ugly Betty it though. You can like scrunch your face. You just can't flinch.
Yeah,
which I guess fine. Like, ooh. Well, yeah. Well, then it's you have to take the slap. Otherwise, you're gonna have to redo the slap, which might even hurt you because you're probably still gonna get hit with that slap. And then, you flinched though, so we have to redo it again. Kind of thing. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It's kind of my bag. I just obviously don't want anyone to get hurt. But if you're kind of making it a profession, kudos to Dana for doing it. I'm actually surprised they continued doing the show with Dana's whole wife scenario thing that happened on New Year's, that they took it on still. But it was there, and I said, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it, and I'm like, but I'm so curious. I'm just such a clown for dumb shit. So, I decided to watch. Dynamite
SmackDown?
Though, or SmackDown. No, sorry, I was going to mention Rampage. SmackDown. Poor Sammy, man.
What is the value of a contract signing, man? Fuck, I'm so tired. Like, you have people come out and want a match right now, and they do it immediately, and nobody signs a fucking thing. Like, there is no such thing as a contract signing in professional wrestling. Quit pretending.
Right.
Either it's something you do all the time, or you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the whole point. Like, why does this one get a contract signing and his
Oh,
other match that he didn't? You
way
know
to
what I mean?
telegraph a pop up power bomb through a table, or I think Roman doing a power rock bottom to Kevin Owens through the table would have sold us on something. Hint, 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 winky, 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 and then you don't do it. That's fine. Sell the rumor, man.
Yeah,
Sizzle there.
exactly. Lord knows Tony Khan does it. So, why not? Yeah, but then you don't want to totally disappoint because then people are gonna bash you anyways, though. So at the end of
Yeah,
the day, just keep moving on with it. However, I did enjoy that pop up power bomb. I thought that
yeah.
pop up power
Who
bomb
didn't?
to
Who
Roman
didn't?
was epic. So I
And
was
then
like,
Roman
yes,
rolling over in the fetal
Roman
position.
is human. He can bleed. He didn't bleed, but he can take a pop-up power bomb. So I definitely enjoyed that. And it's from my boy KO. And then Sammy came out, and then KO ran. Um, yeah, and I think this is obviously the start to Sammy eventually either turning on them or them turning on Sammy. I think at least before the Royal Rumble, which I guess is next week, but maybe on SmackDown, we will see the official turn. The trial of Sammy, I feel like they're not gonna decide anything yet. It's gonna be interrupted by KO
Yeah, probably. I don't. I
before
think the
anything can
storyline's much
happen or a
much longer.
judgment can be done. Yeah, it's gonna KO's gonna interrupt, and that should be fun. That should be exciting. And I don't know, man. And I'm like a kid. I'm like, but what if The Rock does show? What if they don't want to do the acknowledgement? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, yeah, I want to see what happens. I'm probably gonna be disappointed. Um, but yeah, I'm still here for it.
Yeah.
Gimme.
We also had Sheamus and McIntyre versus the Viking Raiders. So Bleacher Report did not give this an A. I thought it was an A match. I am all about big men slapping man meat.
Mhm.
In the words of so many people, but really Simon Miller was the first one to say it. Necro has another update. UFC 283 pay per view is this weekend. It was excellent as well.
Yeah, I did
Takesho
watch.
Mitsunobu wins his third Emperor Cup Sumo Tournament Championship after an insane 15-day grind of the 2023 Hatsu January Sumo Basho. So entertaining. He
Not
loves that
only
sumo.
does he watch all of wrestling, this fucker's also watching UFC. Holy shit,
He's just
man.
got a wall of screens and he remembers all the stuff
Jesus
that's happening.
Christ. God damn. I have a hard time focusing on one show.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
Like I can tell you the dude doesn't get caught up in TikTok, that's for fucking sure.
No, that's fair. Fair point.
But I thought Sheamus and McIntyre was a great match. It was hard hitting. There were times where I thought something was going to happen. Yeah, just really good. We also had the Legado del Fantasma beat Kaiser and yeah.
No, that match was
Imperium.
pretty fuego though, right? Because that was for the
Yeah.
elimination for the tournament.
Yep.
I did enjoy that match. I thought that was fun, and I'm kind of upset because I knew Phantasmo was going to win, but I'm kind of upset that Imperium had to take the loss. I think Imperium definitely deserves a shot really, really, really soon for the tag titles, though, because yeah, they deserve it.
So, other matches that were on the same night, we also had Hit Row and Los Lotharios. This was the low point of the night, middle of the mat card. The format works. It was not a good match.
I am going to say though that Los Thesaurius deserves better.
Yeah, well,
I'm happy that they're
trying
finally
to move Hit Row
using
up, but
them.
yes, Los Lotharios needs more. What?
Yeah, if anything, give more to Los Thesaurius. I can never pronounce her name. Give more to Garza and Umberto. Because if anything, push them more than Hit Row. I don't care for Hit Row. I think BFAB is the most talented out of Hit Row. I do like Top Dollar, but I don't like Top Dollar on Hit Row. You
And
know,
then
give him something else.
Legado del Fantasma beat Maximum Man Models. So we'll actually have 2 more matches next week to decide the team that's going to play. That's going to play with the
Yeah.
Usos at the Rumble. So I don't know how that setup goes. I don't know who's facing who next week. On Monday, and I don't know who's facing them on Wednesday or on Friday. So
Nation Tag Tournament. And I'm only looking that up because I was excited for the brackets. Smack.
I love Legado del Fantasma. Love that group.
Yeah, no, Legato's good. I honestly don't mind them at all. I just really can't stand Hit Row. What are we? We're the 13th? No, we're the 22nd. So this
the
is
teams that are left are the Brawling Brutes, because they beat Imperium, who beat the Brawling Brutes, which was a surprise. Legado del Fantasma, Hit Row, and Sheamus and McIntyre. It's gonna be Sheamus and McIntyre, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're gonna get Hit Row versus Drew and Sheamus. So you're obviously gonna have Drew and Sheamus win that, unless you randomly think you're pushing Hit Row, which I doubt. Imperium versus Phantasma is gonna be fire. And I think you do Imperium, and then you're gonna have Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus Imperium.
So
for
there
the
are
final.
2, and so when does the final happen? Is that at Rumble, or they both happen on SmackDown, or?
No, I'm thinking it might happen at the Rumble. I think that might end up being a Rumble match.
So
Because as of right now, you have 2 Rumble matches. That gives us the updated bracket. See you next week for the semifinals. Okay, that's it. I guess we maybe don't know, but I think you can maybe easily put this on the Rumble. Depending
you can
on
have
time.
all 3 matches next week. Open with 2, give them a
No.
break with a couple matches in between.
I don't think so. I think you're gonna have those 2 there, and then, or maybe they just do the final the following week, because Rumble's gonna be a bit too packed actually. Because you're gonna have the 2 Rumbles, you're gonna have the world title.
But if you have 2
probably
Uso matches, you have a reason for the Usos to lose without weakening the Usos. I don't know.
Well, because you're gonna have the Usos and Judgment Day tomorrow, no? At 30th anniversary.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So that's already happening. That would be cool if they would have maybe done a triple threat for a Rumble. That would have been cool. A triple threat tag team match would have been fun. For Royal Rumble, you got the men's Royal Rumble match, women's Royal Rumble match, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss, and the Wyatt versus LA Knight in the pitch black matchup, which is just
keep in mind that each Rumble's 2 hours, or is an hour, at least.
Hour and a half at least. Yeah. So
the other packages of the night, and I say packages because none of these were matches, was, in your opinion, was that the worst Firefly Funhouse we've seen?
I didn't see it. I was working, so I missed it. I didn't even watch it, but everyone was like, "Oh, Firefly Funhouse!" I was trying to find the video on Twitter, but my Twitter has been really weird recently. It's been showing up photos and videos and then not showing. But yeah, so I didn't actually watch it. But break it down for me.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, he does a promo, but it's we're all here, and you don't know which one you're gonna get to LA Knight.
Okay.
And Rabblin' Rabbit's on, and Huskus the Pig is on, and Abby the Witch is on. Those are the only three that showed up. I don't know.
I'm looking at it
seemed
now.
like
as
I
we speak.
want to show. It seemed like they were saying I want to show all the pieces of Bray Wyatt. Okay, let him write it then, man. With suspense and things of that sort. I don't know.
Who's to say he didn't though?
It's just not as well written as everything else that's been going on. But it's so outside the box from everything else that he does. So.
Okay, he's like closing in the door. I see here. Okay. Welcome back to Firefly Funhouse.
Does it just not feel like Firefly Bray?
Yeah, he's a bit too excited.
It's a string. It's not a friendly kid. It's not a dark friendly kid thing.
Right. But I mean, that could play into his psychosis, right? Before, when he did the Firefly Funhouse, we kind of knew Bray was confident in his evilness, whereas now he's just trying to get it back. I feel like doing Firefly is a regression in his character work.
I like having it. I'm not saying that I don't like having it. I feel like it was we need to throw in a Bray thing. The other pieces to Bray. Well, man, this is an early thing with him not there for a couple weeks or something. I don't know. Necro also says next weekend there's 3 shows instead of 14. Rumble, no UFC. Very late on Saturday, there's a DDT Pro with Higuchi and Yuji Hino. And on Sunday, they've got Beyond Wrestling Mike Snow.
Nice.
So,
yeah, definitely we're gonna have our Rumble Bash
most
next
places
Saturday.
don't
So
want
that's
to go
gonna
up
be fun
against the big 4 from WWE. Even now,
for sure.
most places don't want to go up. They try not to go up against
WrestleMania, Survivor Series.
Yeah, those 4 from WWE, and then the other. What's the big one from New Japan? Every year.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom. Thank you.
Right.
Those are the 5 events you don't want to challenge, and then it's starting to be that way with some of the AEW ones. Yeah, you don't. Want to... Now, can you go up against Elimination Chamber if you're in Indy? Sure. Yeah, people will go to that and then just watch Elimination Chamber later, especially when it's free. But people want to see the Rumble. Anyway, I didn't enjoy Bray's stuff. LA Knight got a win with distraction from Bray. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, and then Howdy kind of comes into play too, though.
Yeah, there was the speech from Howdy in that night, Uncle Howdy.
I told you so. All you needed was a little push. I hope you're satisfied. Hope you understand. You are the one that opened the door, and now whatever comes through it is your problem.
I don't know. I'm done with it. I mean, I just hope it comes to an end soon, though. Just pull your through. Just give me your entire psychosomatic characters and what Wyatt 6 is, and I don't know how Alexa Bliss falls into this.
You can roll with it, and I'm okay with a long build, but this was just not a good Firefly Funhouse for whatever reason. Moving forward, we've got Charlotte Flair cut a promo, which is, I'm the best in the world, fucking blah, 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 blah. Sonya Deville get to the back of the line. Sonya attacked her from behind. I'm going to guess next week on SmackDown they announce Charlotte versus Sonya for Royal Rumble.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I'd be down with that. Then again, they're going to need to... Oh, no. Was Charlotte in the Rumble last year? No. So they won't need to do that.
What is one of the grossest things in U.S. wrestling happened tonight? They stuck 2 metal needles through both the dude's nose holes and through his cheeks. It was a crazy visual.
Where
was
this?
this at?
Things in wrestling has happened tonight. They stuck 2 metal needles through both the dude's nose
Not
holes.
fake
the
I'm
cheek.
ripping out
It was
Batista's
crazy
nose
visual.
ring. Not a fake I ripped
Definitely
out
not.
Batista's nose ring with a chair and a pair of pliers. Give me what I want. You know what
It
I
sounds
want.
like
Give me what I want.
it sounds like it was a bit more legit. Yeah.
H2O Hustle and Gold someday. Wow. Oh, he's going to send us a clip.
Oh boy.
All right. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The shit that Necro finds for us. God. He's the best roving reporter ever. Yeah, the Charlotte thing just sucks. Nothing Charlotte does entertains me anymore. Ever.
Oh my god, she's horrible as a face. And
Or a heel,
the fact,
or anything.
yeah, but the heel, it's kind of more believable. She kind of makes it work. It's just we've seen it over and over again, so that's why we're kind of done with it. But even her as a face, the fact that she's talking about how she doesn't, the fact that she was telling Sonya that she's egotistical and yada yada yada, and I'm like, Flair, this was you though. This was you. Like, at least own up to this was you once upon a time, and that you've learned from your ways and that you want to become a better person. Don't act like you're completely disgusted of someone being this pretentious, needy, or egotistical. This was you. You know what I mean? And there's no way you're going to convince me that you suddenly just want us to forget that this is the Charlotte Flair we've had for 5-6 years. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just down to see Sonya in a match. I feel like we haven't seen Sonya in a hot minute. Heck, even down for her to win. But obviously that's not happening. I shall be back. I'm going to go tinkle.
He's going to go tinkle. While he's doing that, I'm going to watch these needles. Oh, my God. Oh, he just pulls them right on through. Oh,
Jesus.
nut.
I'll be back.
And then he stabs them into somebody's head. Oh, what the fuck? We don't have the rights, but holy shitballs, there's just needles everywhere in this match. Whew. Bud. Yeah, I bet it was a crazy violent match. There are just needles fucking everywhere there. Holy shit. While he's gone, so yeah, my Charlotte rant. I will tell you the most entertaining thing that I do regarding Charlotte is, you know, those matching games when you have to find what's different. Every time she leaves to get some plastic surgery, I deeply enjoy circling the spots that she had changed. I don't know why. That's just fun to me. I think that'd be a really cool game to play. Is what's different about these pictures with Charlotte. Boy, that girl's had some plastic surgery. Holy cow. I miss them all. Yeah, she's definitely not as... She's more magazine pretty and not as pretty anymore. There's just there was a certain beauty to Charlotte before. There was a certain amount of, you're the queen and you're a bitch, and it doesn't matter how you look because you're that person. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Right now is a good time to plug Factor. GoFactor75.com. Factor SE13652 is our code there. Go get yourself some delicious food. Hey, money's tight. Get that first box for 60% off from us. We know what it's like. I paid
How was
$4
that?
a box for my stuff. It's a thing. Holy cow. We were talking about one of my... So I was doing a quick Factor plug while you were gone. We were talking about one of my favorite games to play. Is the game where you got to find what's different between the two pictures. You got to circle.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? You know those games? Yeah, that's my game for Charlotte. Every time she leaves and comes back with plastic surgery, I try to find what she changed.
Oh yeah, her nose. She got like a smaller nose now.
She always fucking change it. Necro actually said that he thought she was more beauty.
Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
Surgery. So
I'm watching the needle thing.
is that not just nuts? Nuts. He just pulls one right on through his nose the whole way through. Begging
Man, and here I am, like freaking out over getting a little bruise on my face or something, and these people are just pulling needles out of their fucking
dude,
cheeks.
I get some pretty violent gas sometimes, and I think, man, I don't know if I can survive this. And this dude's got needles that dangling off his face all over the place and through two cheeks.
Straight up.
Okay, well, I guess I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I guess
And
I
then,
shouldn't have to worry about,
You know,
We-
the little
we already-
things that I go through.
Talked a little bit about KO and Roman Royal Rumble match. If it's for both titles, KO doesn't win this. If it's for one, I think that's where KO wins.
Well, I also just want to know, will you be doing, because you're not going to ruin your WrestleMania plans to just appease the Montreal fans either, right? But I guess you also could, because Roman or Sammy winning the title and then headlining Elimination Chamber with them either being the champion or facing the champion, I feel will just make for a monstrous moment
At Mania,
at
you
the
mean?
Bell Center. No, I mean at Elimination Chamber,
Oh, okay.
because that would be in Montreal. And since Kevin Owens is in the picture, Sammy is in the picture, both two Montreal people. But that's just maybe me thinking kind of like, well, sure, but they won't just risk ruining their plans just to appease a crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I think that's what makes it beautiful. But Chaos doesn't deliver as good a stunner as Stone Cold. And I know you're going to be angry that I said that. So you should come on screen if that's what you want. What I do is yell at me about that. Chamber is, yes, in fact, in Montreal. And that dude's going.
No, but I agree with you.
That dude's going. To Chamber.
I'm going. I'm fucking going. And I bought a autograph shirt.
You bought
I
one of
should
these
get
back
it.
here?
Yeah, I got a blue one. I
You
was
got a blue
thinking of what
one?
color I should get. I was gonna get red, but I'm like, I don't know. Blue looks good on me. Kind of like this one. Links are in the
You know,
doobly doos.
the
if you guys
interesting
need
part
one.
is you can see it right down in the doobly doos where you can get these shirts.
Yeah.
I tell you, Mr. Ass himself, Billy Gunn, was the first person to comment that he loved the shirts, that he thought they were so easy to sign on. This is a dude with 25, 30 years of experience signing people's shirts. He said, this is the best shirt I've ever had to sign. So it was
Nice.
a lot of fun getting these guys to sign these
So I think I'm gonna wear the shirt. I'm gonna wear the shirt, and I have like an autograph book. So I'm gonna wear the shirt, and I'll be like, "Hey, do you want to sign? Here's a marker. I hope it's not weird." And then if
Sign
they
my
don't,
nipple. Sign.
no, I'm gonna pull it like
Ask
this.
me
so they
about
can
my
fucking sign.
wiener.
Or I'll be like, or you can sign the autograph book. Cool.
So you're
but
doing the meet
if
and
you're
greets.
down. Oh no, I'm not doing the meet and greets. We're just gonna go stalk them at the Bell Center
Attaboy.
before they go in. Yeah.
Creep.
Yep.
Fucking
It's
creep.
me. Well, and we have 2 days to do it too. So, I'm going to SmackDown and Elimination Chamber. So,
So
yeah.
you're gonna show up like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon for SmackDown.
I don't know.
Day off,
But we'll
just
be
wait
we'll
outside.
be chilling. Yeah. It's gonna be
Trying to
such a
figure out
waste of
where
money.
the rest of this entrance is. All right.
Guys, I swear I'm sick. Yeah.
Anyway, on to Rampage. This is so very often I shoot bullets at AEW on Rampage for being the weakest show of the week. This is the best show of the week.
Oh,
In my opinion, this is the best show of the week. This starts out with Eddie Kingston talking, which is the low point. It follows it up with All Ego Ethan Page versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Great match. I really feel like Jungle Hook is going to be a long-term thing. So...
Jungle Boy Phase 2?
All Ego Ethan Page.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, that was a... I don't know what story they were telling there, though.
Jungle Hook again.
Oh, yes, because now it's going to be Jungle Hook and versus Ego and...
Hardy.
Fuck. Who?
Matt Hardy.
Oh, yes, because Hardy kind of fucked them over. But, I mean, I got Matt Hardy's whole scenario. Why are you going to pull on the guy's ponytail? You know what I mean? Like fuck
Hey,
you, bro.
I'm just happy we get more Jungle Hook. That's all I'm saying. Brian Cage, Willie Mack, we already talked about this a little bit. I dig Brian Cage's new look. Willie Mack puts on a better match than a man who looks like Willie Mack should.
Yep. That's exactly what I told my mama she was watching. I'm like, this guy may not look like anything, but he's fire. So
well, remember all the great matches he had with Moose back in the day. So
yeah, or even Josh Alexander, and just anyone on Impact. Really, he just puts fire matches. I really can't go wrong with me. You really can't go wrong with Willow Mack. So
Willie Mack, yeah.
Why do I say Willie Mack? Excuse me.
This also subtly was a reminder that there is an ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Champions that we never get to see on television, because with ROH and AEW together, you got a lot of fucking titles, man.
Well, and you're going to see them at Supercard of Honor in March.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So, Jada and Jordan Vanity, the Vanity sisters, made their debut to get their asses handed to them by Jade Cargill and what's her tag partner's name?
Wait, those two women were ROH people? No. The Jade people? Okay. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were first time. They were
Jobbers.
First time AEW premiere. But Layla Gray did get the win, and Jade insisted that she be the one who picks up the pin, which is showing a little bit of ego from her, which is very cool.
Which she's always done, though, so, nothing new there. But again, a lame-o potato match. What the hell happened to the thing with Bow Wow? That just completely whoop.
Well, I don't know that he's really prepared to have a match.
Well, no, but I mean, Bow Wow mentioned something along the pre-recorded thing, like, I have someone you're going to face, and she's going to dominate you, and then we hear nothing from it.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know when I don't know when that's going to be a thing.
I guess that fell out.
We get Action Andretti, i.e. JAS Slayer.
Yes.
Because he beats Daniel Garcia. I can't help but love this. JAS just fucking got their asses handed to them this week, and this is why I think this is the best show of the week. There wasn't. There are people who would say that these weren't the best matches of the week, and they probably weren't the best matches of the week. The reason I say this is the best show of the week, these 4 matches were all good matches in my mind. No, none of them were the best matches of the week. None of them. But there was nothing bad here either.
No.
Zero bad stuff. Zero stuff that I went. No promos that were cut made me go, ugh. None of it.
No, it was It was honestly a pretty stellar week for wrestling as a whole, though.
Yeah.
But also wrestling as a whole. I mean, aside from a minor little hiccups with the Omos match and thing, but like Raw was pretty stellar nonetheless. SmackDown was, just the head of the table fun there. Had you had the tag matches being good in the Imperium match. I thought that Imperium match was fun. So you had a little bit goodness of everything, but AEW did certainly dominate as they usually do. But Tony Khan has to keep Rampage like that for sure to make people want to. 14
CMLL
belts
has
in AW
30 belts.
It's 30. Damn.
Oh my god.
That's wild.
There's such a thing as too many belts, man. Too many belts.
There is.
We used to bitch about WWE having too many belts. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, we still would but now we're bitching that Roman is united and so are the Usos. So if that didn't happen.
Here's the deal. Again, I cannot express this enough. Fucking move your titles around, man. Use the titles to elevate the stars. The stars can elevate the titles by holding them for a while, but let them move. If they move, if they breathe, if they change, number one, there's more reasons to grab unique titles. The specialty titles.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, which is a merch sale thing. Number two, it elevates so many more wrestlers. There was never an era from 1998 to 2002. Really probably 2005, that you did not consider at least 5 to 6 people viable contenders for the WWE Championships.
Right.
The weakest point of WCW, which would probably, in my opinion, be pre-Giant in 1994. You had Flair and Hogan.
Okay, fair.
Maybe Sting. You had Flair, Hogan, and Sting. Believable title holders.
Sorry, potential maybe breaking news.
What do you got?
No, nothing. Just another stupid headline that's making you think otherwise, and then it's the same fucking report. Okay. Yeah, you just have to move them. I don't think you need more titles. You do need to de-unify the titles, though. It's just not fair to the amount of roster that you do have. I think keeping the brands a split makes sense. Just because of all the superstars you do have, and then you can kind of create different storylines. I hope KO, like we mentioned, is the one to split the titles. There's something, KO wins. There's something in the contract. Oh, by the way, you only won the Raw title or the SmackDown title, yada, yada, yada. And then that eventually splits that up, and we get something, Roman going to do something else. Hopefully maybe against Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes or whoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you need to, because there's
know.
not enough change.
I feel like the Roman storyline does sell WWE. I also feel like we're at a point where it needs to end, and we need to sell all these other excessively wonderful wrestlers.
Right.
The best wrestler, one of the best wrestlers, or the best sequence of wrestlers where you can have believable championships is probably New Japan right now. And I believe Will Ospreay can be the New Japan champion. I believe Suzuki Okada can be the world champion. I believe Shingo Takagi can be the world champion. There are multiple names there in New Japan. Right now, does it feel like Seth, Roman, and that's it?
Seth, Roman, KO.
I don't even feel like Drew or Bobby, who are more recent champions than Seth or KO.
I feel like you could maybe do Drew. I maybe feel like you could do Sheamus more though.
But the
I
problem is
think the fans
we
would be
haven't
ready for
put them into
Sheamus.
that. If that title's moving around, I think it builds the wrestler. I don't think. Here's the deal: the reason WCW said something so stupid as Mrs. Foley's baby boy wins the world championship tonight, that'll put the asses in seats, or asses in seats.
Right.
The reason that was a huge failure is because we want to see wrestlers win the championship.
Right.
We don't
On a
necessarily
Raw,
want to see a
nonetheless.
whole bunch of 16-time champions. We just
Right.
want to see wrestlers win the championship.
Mm.
Multiple wrestlers.
Yep.
And something about Brock Lesnar made WWE drink the fucking Kool-Aid that they should leave it on one single wrestler for a long, long time. And I don't understand that. AEW is really close to being able to do that if they have MJF lose and then fucking shithole his way into a rematch and win. And then lose and shithole his way into a rematch and
Right.
win. He's the type of dude you can have win the title, lose the title, win the title, lose the title, win the title. He's as heel as Ric Flair was.
Well, I mean, yes. And with that said, though, you also don't want to make them lose it too much. So I do agree. 2 years is too much to keep a title. Okay. That I do agree. But I don't want to see the title change hands every 2 months either. You know, because there is certain element of actually bringing prestige to the championship. But certainly at least twice a year, or 3 times a year, the title should change. You know,
Yeah.
in reality,
And
you
it
see,
doesn't have to
also
be all the
storyline
time.
matters.
You can have a long reign on occasion, but you need to have. I want a run like 98 to 2002 where we're building 6, 7, 8, 9 potential competitors. There was never a time where I didn't think that Triple H could lose to Kurt Angle. There was never a time that I didn't think Brock Lesnar could lose to Triple H through dirty wrestling, or Goldberg, or Undertaker, or Kane, or Mankind, or Stone Cold, or The Rock.
Right.
And I think there's enough wrestlers in WWE to pull that off. No, I don't want to see no long reigns. I think long reigns are important. It also puts to rest the CM Punk aspect of WWE by having a long reigning, multiple appearing champion like Roman.
Right.
Doing it week in and week out, whereas Brock did not do it week in and week out when he broke CM Punk's record.
Brock was the one that broke his record?
Yeah, for the longest amount of time holding the title.
Oh, yes. Okay, fair.
But he defended it like 6 times is all.
No, that's the
never
issue.
there.
That is the issue.
Daddy
there.
was
You almost
there.
Yeah. That was also
Change my
great.
underwear. Sorry.
Don't think he said Daddy wasn't there to change my underwear.
I think he did.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking of Scotty Doesn't Know. Yes, Daddy wasn't there was from Daddy wasn't there was from Goldmember. My bad.
Powers. Yeah.
Austin Power. However, that is the same melody. So
Yeah.
I think
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
doesn't
Whoa.
know. Yeah, that's it. Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't
Says
know.
that she's in church, still she doesn't go. But she doesn't go. Still she's on her
But she's-
knees, and Scotty doesn't know.
Apparently Vince does. That's why he had to settle another lawsuit.
Oh my God. There
Jesus.
it is.
Too soon. Too soon.
Vince stuff. Why you gotta ruin a good week in wrestling talking about Vince?
Well, because he's there. He's there. And you know, he'll also be there welcoming us to Monday Night Raw. Dude, it's got to happen. It's really got to happen. If you're going to have Vince fucking chairman, I don't see Vince not doing this. Triple H did mention, by the way, I think it was on this Raw as well, that, hey, guys, I'm in full control of creative still. Not to worry. Again, this could potentially just change. But he's assuring everybody that Vince doesn't have final say. He does in terms of creative. So here's to hoping that is legit and that is true. Because yeah, don't don't need any more Vince stuff happening, especially before elimination. What are you gonna yawn for? You fucking yawned.
It was your fault.
And
It was your fault.
I was talking. Yeah, I know that's valid.
Well played.
Thank you.
Well
Thank you.
played. Well, we don't have the gift that is Smark's ability to rant on something for a while.
Mhm.
I don't have a whole lot of rants because I'm actually pretty excited for the upcoming weeks of professional wrestling. Any fearless predictions for the upcoming weeks?
Well, what
My
are
fearless
you?
prediction is Solo's going to lose to KO.
I mean, I feel like you have to do that though. So
Or-
that's not that fearless.
Or by DQ, maybe. I mean, it'll still be there, though.
No, that's fair. It could be by DQ. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get past the Raw Triple X. To be frank with you, I'm hoping this is going to be as good
Who do you
as
have showing
I
up?
am anticipating it.
I think HBK is there.
HBK is going to be there. Anybody who works for WWE is going to be there.
Sorry,
that was old.
It was yeah.
One show. Yeah, I think you have everybody who works for the company be there in the back and so on. So I think that would happen.
DX reunion.
I know Devon Dudley won't be there since he just parted ways with the WWE. Maybe he could still be there, perhaps. But yeah, he just parted ways with the WWE. Bubba did mention that he might be on Impact, though. Maybe come to Impact, but he just had like back surgery not too long ago, so I don't see Devon doing anything too crazy. But yeah, I mean, you'll have your typicals. I don't know if you'll see anything crazy with the legends happen.
I mean, I think you have to have Sean Waltman there. He won the IC title there, or not the IC title. He beat Razor Ramon there. That was his big coming out party.
That's it. And they also did show that, which was a great vignette or vignette, however you'd like to put it.
I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. No, yeah, that, and they obviously showed that. That was a big moment. They even showed, Chris Jericho as well. That was obviously a big moment on Raw when Chris Jericho debuted, and a bunch of stuff from AEW stars. So that was pretty cool to kind of see. Yeah, I don't.
I love that.
Hmm?
That countdown timer. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, just
break the walls down.
Unfortunately, we won't be hearing that tomorrow because Jericho's in AEW. I don't think we see Billy Gunn coming for this reunion again, since we'll probably see a DX reunion of some sorts. Oh, my bad. I don't know, man. The problem is we kind of see all these freaking legends too many times. Like we see them once every 6 months or so, and it's just kind of like it's not really a big deal anymore to maybe see. Okay, Hogan, we maybe see like once or twice a year. No, once every 2 years or something like that. But I'm kind of done with it. I don't know. Like I don't care to see Hogan. I don't necessarily care to see Flair. Just because Flair's.
I like Necro's take on this. You need to play Jericho's music just because you own it.
You need to what? Oh, fair. Yeah, fuck it. I would do that. Why the fuck not? Maybe you can't say Jericho.
I don't think Jericho would care though. Anyways, so yeah, maybe you can just do that, but that'd be weird unless Jericho comes out, dude. I want it to be a big surprise, but I don't know what to expect. We just saw Kurt Angle recently. It's in Pittsburgh, so Kurt Angle will most likely be there, or it's in Philly actually. Sorry, it's in Pennsylvania, but
Still
it's
in
in Philly.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Um, So yeah, I don't know. The people I would kind of want to see are in AEW, so I know I'm not going to see them. It's in Philly. I would love to see Taz. You know what I mean? I'd love to see maybe like I feel like they've given us everything already in terms of legends. So I am excited for the cage match, though. Cage match is going to be fun. Tag match should be pretty fun as well. Curious to see if they'll maybe make the Judgment Day win. That does depend on when the trial of Sami Zayn happens, though. If that's going to happen before the tag match or after. But I think maybe it's time to let the Usos lose the titles. I don't know how, but then if you make them lose to Judgment Day, that's weird. You're putting Judgment Day in that picture, but you are pushing them. So kind of down for that. I think maybe that's where the split happens, though, for the tag titles. Because you had the Raw tag teams do something, they beat you for the Raw tag team titles. You know? So maybe that's a way to split those as well. Yeah, it's
I
always the
don't know if
same.
I say the same 5 legends, but we'll have Mark Calloway. We'll have, because he's currently doing something with WWE, and they're going to promo that.
All right. I'm not going to that, by the way. He's doing one in Montreal. Fuck that. It's like $200 to sit like third row, and $400 if I want to do a meet and greet. Like, bro, I am good. Just for you to fucking stand on a stage and talk about whatever you're going to talk about from what you mentioned on the last ride. No, thank you. I'm fine. I'll just rewatch the last ride. I'm perfectly fine with that. And not pay anything and sit at home and not have to worry about assholes beside me, in front of me, and behind me. You know, it's just that. And I'll make my lights go dim and play the Undertaker's music at the beginning before I start watching the last ride, because, you know, I'll get that feel of how he's going to show up on the fucking stage. So I'll be like, perfect, done. And I didn't spend $400 and I don't need to meet Taker. I'm good. Me and him do not have the same outlook on probably anything.
He's got a weird
And that's my
loyalty to Vince, man. He's got a weird loyalty to Vince.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like, you know, I like his straight upness, but I think he's still a bit weird. And that's it. What are you kind of expecting?
You know, I think there'll be some stars that we don't expect. I don't know which ones that'll be. You know, we'll probably maybe have a Ted DiBiase or something like that.
Interesting. You weren't expecting Ted DiBiase.
I am expecting Ted DiBiase.
Well, I mean, you said I don't know who they are, but then you're like, well, probably have Ted DiBiase. But I mean, that's kind of a predictable thing. He's usually always there. He always does some backstage thing.
DiBiase's always there.
Wow.
Change underwear.
DiBiase doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going with both melodies. It's a Euro gold member, Austin Power Bonanza. Yeah, no, I'm just really excited, and I hope it at least doesn't exceed my expectations, but at least puts it on that fine line of a decent Raw, because it can look to be pretty fun. And it's... Did Triple H do the DX reunion thing? Yes, he was already in charge,
He was
right?
there, but he was, man, I got stuff going on. You guys got to behave.
Right. Yeah, see, that wasn't good. I hope we don't get a lot of cheesy shit like that. because that was no bueno. Maybe the beginning one was nice, but after that, it just really fell flat. Definitely went to PG. I think we're also getting the American Badass Undertaker, right?
Well, I
If I'm not
mean,
mistaken.
you can't really have him be the dead man Undertaker. 'Cause
I mean, we technically could.
we're done with kayfabe.
No, never. But
Okay.
yeah, I think he'll probably show up as American Badass. So I'm definitely down to hear fucking rolling, 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 rolling. Or no, or would it be American Badass? He had
Do
both.
you
No,
have Goldberg,
I fucking hope not.
Ric Flair? Dude, did you
Rick,
see the picture today of Ric Flair visiting Mongo in the hospital? Mongo looks
uh,
like hell.
I did not see that photo. Let me Google that now. But
Oh,
he is very sick though. Last time I did see it, he didn't look great. So I imagine he's not
no,
looking better. He's
he's
like
rough.
super, super sick and skinny. Yeah.
It is rough.
Visit Steve Mongo McMichael in hospital. This was too old. He just visited him.
Yeah, just recently.
Oh, okay. This was from September, so that's no bueno.
Well,
Ba,
I
ba,
don't know.
ba,
Is
ba.
Mongo laying in the bed? Maybe I was reading an old article that's not entirely unlike me.
Oh, that's fair. Uh, yeah, and he's kind of like acting like he's punching him.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay, that's old. That's actually from 2021.
Well, shit, Mongo still looks like hell. Did Mongo died recently, didn't he?
No, I believe he's still alive. Mongo, Steve McMichael. Yeah, no, he is still alive. He is still alive and fighting.
Okay,
So, yay.
good.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I really don't know what else, to be frank with you. Yeah, we don't need to necessarily go too long unless Necro has
Well, he's got this
something
breaking
he.
news about New Japan Pro.
Oh,
First ever All Star Junior Festival at Kokuryuan Hall. Junior heavyweights from all across the wrestling
what's the
landscape.
wrestling landscape?
That is one of the most active and entertaining segments of the wrestling market.
Yeah, that's it.
This would be your
Damn.
Ospreys of the world.
That yeah, that's crazy. Nice. When is that? March? Is it in March? You said Amber Junior Heavyweight. No,
March 1st.
yeah, March 1st. Okay, nice. Really excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there will be, for you video game fans, there will be WWE 2K23 news at the Royal Rumble. So there will be an announcement for the new WWE 2K23. There was a joke mock-up cover of them showing WWE 2K23 and no one being there. People joking, saying, "Oh, it's John Cena," because we can't see him. Yeah, so I don't know if there will be a cover reveal, but there apparently might be announcements of some sort for a new mode that they're doing for the game. And so that will be revealed to you at Royal Rumble, apparently. So we shall see for that. So for you video game fans, that might be worth, or you should be watching the Rumble anyways, because who doesn't like the Rumble? I'm certainly excited for the Rumble going into it. We shall see what happens
It
going
is
out of
the
it.
pay-per-view every year that you're most... you can come up on WrestleMania and be so disappointed that Ronda Rousey's in the match there, or that, you know, it's another version of Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. It's easy for WrestleMania to make you go. It is nearly impossible for you to approach Royal Rumble
Right.
without excitement.
No, for sure. Just the Royal Rumble match in itself just gets you there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll probably see a bunch of women legends come out there too.
Any
Be
big
curious to
surprises
see.
that you have predicted? Obviously, it's no longer The Rock for you, which means you've tapped out on The Rock, which is probably a pretty good sign that The Rock's going to show up at some point. Because you've been holding on to The Rock for like 9 years.
I know. I'm done. I'm done with Holden. Done holding to the Rock. It's I feel like I'm not gonna hold my ground like I did for Cody, and then I was completely wrong about that. I feel like now I'm just gonna say the Rock is a pipe dream,
And
and
then
it's not
that way
happening.
he will show up. You're like,
And then when he shows up, I'll just be like, yeah, I fucked up. I should have believed, but I don't. I'm done. I'm done believing. Done believing.
dude, come on, don't stop believing.
My journey has come and gone. My journey for
Oh,
the Rock has
Journey
come and
Grinder.
gone. Right.
Hold on to that feeling.
Oh, fair enough. Um,
Uh,
Gee, we're cheese balls.
yes, we are. We absolutely are.
And I don't know.
I will agree with Necro. The energy of WrestleMania makes you enjoy it, but you don't ever look at the card of WrestleMania. You can look at the card at WrestleMania and go, why is this on there? I don't
Right.
feel like you know you're getting 2 hours of at least some fucking good shit in the Royal Rumble. Now, you don't always get it. You
Right.
don't always get it. There's been bad Rumbles.
Yeah. There definitely has been.
But most of the time, I think you're pretty pleased with the Rumble. Most people are.
Oh, I mean, except last year, when Brock won. But,
Brock didn't win last year.
wasn't it last year? The year before?
Brock hasn't won in years.
What do you mean? Brock came and won the Rumble.
Hold on.
Hasn't won in years. Remember when he was the surprise entrant? It was during the Shane O'Mac Bonanza.
Oh, that's right. He did win last year.
Of course, Brock hasn't won in
He
years.
eliminated Drew in revenge for Drew eliminating him.
Right.
Whoa, hold on there, big guy. You just need to calm yourself. I make mistakes too, okay?
I know, but you hardly do. So when you do, I'm very shocked, and I feel like I should disappoint. I feel like I should call you out on it so you don't do them again.
That's fair. I'm okay with that. Just, you don't have to be mean about it.
I'm a teasing. No mean. There's no mean in my body.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate for whatever girls you're with. They like it when you pull their hair, my friend. They like it when you pull their hair.
I know. They do. It's amazing.
But not from the end. You gotta get up here and... sorry, no sex advice tonight. But yeah, the Rumble is usually a very, very good match, and it always has me excited. I would say the Rumble is better than the Chip match, and I know that Smarks would jump in here and beat the crap out of me if he could, but he's sick, and so...
The Rumble's better than the
Chip match.
Chip match.
The win the chip for AEW.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. The Rumble's a classic, though. Like, yeah, Rumble is definitely the top for me for a gimmick match.
Individual matches you get excited for. I do. I love me some Money in the Bank.
I don't love it more. I don't love it more than the Rumble, though. I think if you're gonna give me a gimmick match, Rumble's got to be first. It's just due to the history behind the Rumble. That's all it really is.
Yeah. Well, and it's just so unique. I mean, Money in the Bank is cool, but it's only 6 dudes, not 30.
Right. Right.
Or 40, like the 1 year they had 40, or 20, like the first year, or 50 when they had the greatest Royal Rumbles.
Oh, yeah. True.
Absolute fucking garbage. Saudi Arabia would have ruined the fucking Royal Rumble.
Who ended up winning that?
Braun.
The great. Oh yeah, that was so bad. Okay, yeah, one job, and hopefully Saudi Arabia doesn't buy WWE either, because then they'll just ruin everything else. Unlimited currency is a thing
Why
for
are we
them, though.
talking about it? Let's pretend it's
I don't
not
know,
happening.
but we
And
can't
if it
pretend it's not
does
happening.
happen, if it does happen, then we can be pissed off about it later. Instead of sitting here being pissed off about it, and then if it doesn't happen, then we look like idiots.
That's why. No, we don't look like idiots. I will be happy because if I assume it's going to happen and then it doesn't, my expectations are completely going to be a 180, and I'm going to be like, oh my God, yes. You know what I mean? I'll be at my most happiest for it to have happened.
Like that?
Possibly. Very much so.
I would be entertained.
I see. There you go. Because I would be
Go,
so.
oh my God, yes.
Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know anything else.
Do you have
really.
any predictions for surprises?
For what? Royal Rumble?
Yes.
I feel like we're gonna see Ric Flair in the Royal Rumble.
Oh God, no.
I feel like it's gonna happen.
Really?
I feel like maybe we also might see Kurt Angle.
Oh, Necro wants to see Victoria. I am okay with seeing Tara. I am absolutely okay with seeing
I'm always okay with seeing Vic. She was there last year, no?
Yeah, she's there often. I think Michelle will be there. Michelle McCool. I'd love to see a surprise entrant win it. Like a returning star.
Like?
Not The Rock. Not The Rock. I don't know. CM Punk.
I mean, sure. I still think there is rumors, by the way, with that it looks like CM Punk won't be fired from AEW, and that he is just letting CM Punk cool down.
Love
because...
this idea. Kyrie Sane. Love that idea. Sorry.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. Maybe you do Sasha just as an appearance. That could be possible.
That happens, bud. I mean,
no,
200,000 paid double for coming to the Rumble.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe not 200,000, especially for if it's a Rumble. You know, maybe they'll be like, "Listen, we'll give you like 70 grand, just a one-time appearance, Royal Rumble. It's boss time."
I wouldn't want Trish to win it. I wouldn't want Victoria to, even though that'd be exciting. Jay White would make me pop as hard as AJ did. Yeah, somebody I'd never said. Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay to win the Rumble and go on to WrestleMania. That's what I'd give you. Will Ospreay.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not going to happen.
No.
I can say emphatically that I am wrong about Will Ospreay winning the Rumble.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
yes, it would be unreal. It's so unreal that I don't believe it will happen.
Yes.
And I'm trying to be semi-realistic here. You know, obviously Kenny Omega would be through the roof. Final two, Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes. Oh my God. That'd be so cool. But there's only so many wrestlers that can be a surprise that would win it.
Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yes. Okay, fair. I guess it could be Austin Theory.
What the fuck?
I mean, Austin Theory could be a
exciting.
thing. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be excited. But I meant Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold. I don't know that I want to see him win it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either. I don't know if I want to. I mean, the only way you do that is if you do Austin versus KO again too. But I don't know if I want to see another Austin versus KO too.
Oh.
No, like
Some
I'm
of
kind
those
of good.
comeback matches are just so fucking disrespectful to the existing wrestlers. They really are.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever.
This
Right?
is it's the reason I hate the idea of The Rock versus Roman for the title. I just fucking hate it.
I think The Rock's in good shape
Austin
though.
Aries,
Completely.
Austin Luke. I'd love to see Austin Aries, but there's a whole bunch of people who have no fucking clue. Moose as a surprise entrant would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Sammy Callahan, but he could not drop. He would struggle to not drop f bombs.
Yeah, I think we might see maybe some NXT stars.
It does sound like we are getting Chelsea Green, which I'll pop huge for. A lot of people won't. They won't know.
In more ways than one.
Oh my god, I did twice today. Whew. I know that Matt Cardona pops for. Whew.
Oh, probably Matt Cardona would probably be one of them. He apparently trademarked Zack Ryder, so that could be a thing too. We'll see him at the Rumble. Not gonna win it, but we could see him at the Rumble.
You know
along
what
with
a fun
Chelsea
win.
Green.
That would be a fun win. I don't know, Necro. What are you thinking? Is there anybody in particular that would be a surprise for you that you would like to see win it? Anybody at all?
Anybody home? Is anybody wasted? I don't know. Got into my Our Lady piece. My bad.
I'm currently that. I'm wasted. I want to get chocolate wasted.
Hey, chocolate wasted. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, he thinks it's Sammy.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, that does tell the story.
Sammy win, but
That does tell the story well, though. I just don't see Sammy headlining WrestleMania, unfortunately. Sorry, Sammy. He could decide to use it at Elimination Chamber, though.
no,
But then how do you...
Will you change the rules so that you can just have him use it wherever?
I mean, WWE does that.
That's true. WWE does. They do whatever they want.
Oh.
I'll do what I want. I don't know.
Hence the Chris Benoit winning the Rumble and HBK. No, didn't Chris Benoit face Triple H alone? No, I don't think my friend is right about that.
I thought so, but you can look it up.
I will look it up. Chris Benoit.
Benoit didn't win it at Rumble, though. He won it the night of Rumble.
Oh, he won the Royal Rumble. Benoit won the World Heavyweight Championship by forcing Triple H to tap out to his signature submission move. No, but HBK was a part of it somehow. Oh yeah, there you go. It was Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit.
Okay.
WrestleMania 20.
Well, there you have it, my friend.
Yes, sir.
The man with all the answers right here, JLB, using his Google machines.
Yep, that's where my answers come from. I take no credit. Google has made me smarter and yet dumber at the same time. Because I no longer use my brain.
It's
I
made
Google.
you reliant on your fingers to type.
Yep, facts.
Yeah, see, that's what I remember was Eddie coming out, but he had beat Brock.
Yeah,
That was to set up Brock versus Goldberg at that same Rumble, that same Mania. Okay, you're right. I had Eddie winning it at Mania, but it was actually Benoit that won at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yes, sir.
You are correct, Necro. Thank you.
Bam.
I don't. I would love to see a surprise. Just either a legend that can still go. Is that just CM Punk, pretty much?
Could be Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle said he did pitch something for WrestleMania.
To me, Kurt Angle's in the same category as Edge. I don't believe that he can go.
I mean, we're going to see Edge for sure. We're most likely going to see Beth Phoenix too.
He's just not. He's not.
Logan Paul.
Fucking Logan Paul is not winning this.
Logan Paul could certainly win it. He is over. But, isn't he supposed to face John Cena apparently? At
That's
WrestleMania?
The rumor. I'd rather see Austin Theory versus John Cena. I think that's the better match.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's not the better money-making match.
Oh, the fuck it isn't. All that Austin Theory has to do is keep coming out and saying that the champ is here. Over and over and over. And I don't give a shit if you put the U.S. title on John Cena. It does not fucking hurt the brand at all.
No.
Yes, I agree, Necro. I would smash my keyboard if Logan Paul wins. Absolutely would destroy my keyboard. I'm glad I don't have a 6-screen setup because I would destroy all 6 of them. Logan Paul cannot win the Royal Rumble. Same with Dominic Mysterio. He cannot win the Royal Rumble.
No, Dominic is not winning. Although the new Dominic, the ex-con Dominic, could win.
Oh, shut up. The thing that makes this great is how fucking unrealistic it is.
Listen, he's done time, okay?
Any ladies you could see doing the comeback?
Well, I mentioned Chelsea Green, Sasha Banks, Naomi.
Oh, fuck you.
Because Naomi deserves better. Truth be told, I would really love to see Shayna win it.
So would I. I think that'd be fantastic.
I think it's about time.
Fiddle to Shayna.
I mean, since Charlotte is facing who? Sonya? What's Ronda doing? She's just completely out of the picture now? Completely? Just not going to do anything?
They're a tag team. Yes, I agree. Shayna Baszler to win and build her like NXT without fucking having her bite somebody. That was the dumbest segment ever where she bit Becky Lynch's back. Arr, arr, I'm a biter. Arr.
What's Asuka been doing?
She needs to be in the title picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't mind a surprise win by Zelina Vega. I don't think she's ready for a title. I truly think so. My real predictions here. I think Raquel Rodriguez wins the women's. I'd love to see Shayna instead of Raquel, but I think Raquel's where they're going. And
what has Raquel been up to though? She was doing the feud with
Liv.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't give a shit. This whole Liv storyline is ridiculous. Like, she can't do anything right, man.
My desired winner of the Royal Rumble, I think having Braun Breaker win the Royal Rumble would be cool as shit. That would be the surprise winner that would work.
He's still champion, no?
Huh? Yes, he is. That's fine. You can have him get stripped of it to take. You're gonna have to give up that title if you want to go on to WrestleMania.
That's fair. I think I'd be down for that. I think you're going to see a few NXT call-ups, though.
Yeah.
You're going to see maybe Carmelo Hayes.
Joe Gacy. I think that would work. I think Joe Gacy needs a run with the NXT Championship, though. That's just my opinion. Grayson Waller as a call-up might work.
Is there an NXT pay-per-view happening before Rumble?
I would love Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy's fantastic. The whole group, just fucking great. Joe Gacy in the Bray Wyatt faction or Joe Gacy's faction against Bray Wyatt would be money. Or Joe Gacy running the Raw version of Bray Wyatt's faction also would be good.
Right.
You can do a lot with Joe Gacy there.
That said, how is Rock's daughter doing? Because I haven't been watching NXT, so
Cuts good promos. I don't know. She's all right. She's got some work to do still.
has she wrestled yet?
I don't believe so. Not a match.
Oh, really?
She's been involved though.
Okay.
Chase U, the entirety of Chase U has to stay together. I feel like that's a great group.
Mm.
So if you're going to call them up, you have to call them up as a group. I don't know.
I feel like you will see
a
the
surprise
New Day.
woman winner from NXT. If you had NXT win the Rumble, it's Braun Breaker and
Yep.
What the hell is her name? She's just a fucking bitch. Wow. Here, I'm gonna go to WWE.
In a good sense of the word.
Yes. Yeah, she's just a great heel. Fantastic heel. And I cannot remember her name to save my soul. I'm sure that Necro probably already has it put up there. But I'm looking it up right now. Roxanne Perez. NXT. As soon as I see it, I'm going to be like, yep, that's the person.
That's the
Cora Jade. Cora Jade winning it.
Cora Jade.
Would be gold. I would love Cora Jade winning it. I would. Oh.
Well, who's the current NXT Women's Champion right now, though? It's
Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez. So she can. They can maybe even make a thing where, one, do you know if there's an NXT pay-per-view before Royal Rumble?
I don't believe there is.
No? Okay. So I think maybe you could make that a stipulation, though, where the women's and the men's champion do get a shot to be in the men and women's Royal Rumble. Because that's kind of their opportunity to be able to showcase themselves because they are the top dog in the NXT brand. So I think that would be a nice little touch to further get more NXT stars on the main roster. Kind of would be down to see Cameron Grimes as well. I think it's about time Cameron Grimes maybe gets up to the main roster.
Vengeance Day is the week after, February 4th.
Oh, dirty. Okay. Well, that's a shame.
And Gigi Dolan has been made the new girl. The new Mandy Rose, which is fine.
Yeah. That's fine. As long as she doesn't have a Phantom account or anything, then she's fine.
So
Yeah, but it's but that's the beauty about the Royal Rumble though too. At the same time, it's so unpredictable. We don't know who's going to be. Well, I say that, but then sometimes you get Brock Lesnar coming in and doing it, and I think me and Smarks were the ones that were the ones that kind of called it while we were doing a live reaction of the Royal Rumble. Called it that Brock is definitely going to show up to prove Roman wrong, and lo and behold, he did. But I am usually always excited before the Rumble happens because sometimes
I want
you
Brock
have
to
wishful
show up in
thinking.
the Rumble and then just get annihilated.
They could do that.
I want him to. Let's use the tampon in the match. She hardcore. I want to see Brock go into the ring and nearly break Santino's record. Santino will be in it. No, he's got a job now, doesn't he? With NXT or with Impact. So
Does he?
Yeah. If he is the ultimate enforcer of the enforcement.
Could be Nick Atlas.
Aldis.
Sorry.
I wouldn't mind that. Anyway, so
I don't know how many people
those
know
are
him,
some of
though.
the surprise people. There will be a legend who I don't want to win. There may be a Big Daddy Cool, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Smarks would fucking kill me right now for saying that.
I think it's Cody Rhodes, though.
You think Cody Rhodes wins it?
It's certain. It's almost cemented in stone. That's going to be Cody Rhodes, and he's going to be 1 or 2, and he's going to pull the Austin or the HBK or the Rey Mysterio of the Royal Rumble, and be part of that Royal Rumble history. Yeah.
Trying to think of any other legends I could see showing up. I think
Kane.
Go. Kane. Throw him a couple extra eliminations to keep his record for a while longer.
No, Braun has the record. No.
They for single eliminations in a match. Kane overall.
I think it's Braun. I
Yes.
think Kane's at like 12 and Braun's at 13. Are you checking that?
Most Royal Rumble eliminations. Most eliminations by a single competitor in one Royal Rumble. So Austin's won the most of them, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Most Royal Rumbles won by a specific entry number. Number 30 and number 27 are now tied. Longest time spent in the Royal Rumble is Ray, with the year he won it. Most time spent in the Royal Rumble matches in the career is 4 hours and 49 minutes by Chris Jericho. Shortest time in the Rumble,
4
we
hours.
talked about Santino. Yeah, total time ever.
Oh, okay. I was like, Jesus.
Most eliminations in a single Rumble is Brock at 13 in 2020.
Oh, okay.
Most total eliminations is Kane at 46.
Okay. Fair. Total
Kane's
elimination
been-
then.
Kane's been in
Fair.
20 Rumbles.
Wow.
That's the most. So he's been in the most.
Which would make sense.
Here's a surprise.
Mm.
What if we're being swerved on the Randy Orton thing? What if he can't go?
I don't know. I don't think they'd fuck around with the back. Because then I could say, well, what if you think we're being swerved on the Big E thing?
What if?
Well, because he said on like a press conference that wasn't anything big geared towards Royal Rumble that he would know some news by March. You know, he would get his scanning results in March. So I just don't think it's Big E.
You don't think?
I do think Riddle will show up.
You what?
I do think Riddle will show up.
Absolutely.
You know, he's done his rehab there. It's been more than 30 days. Hopefully he's fine. And would be really cool to see him back. I don't think he's going to win it, though.
No, I think we can all agree with that.
Bro. But yeah, my money's still on Cody. Cody.
You want to make a t-shirt bet?
Sure.
I'm not going to do that. I think Cody's going to. That'd be stupid.
No. Why? Okay, yeah, because I'm going to say Cody.
Yeah, I mean,
It would be more advantageous if it's
I say it's Cody and you say it's not Cody, but then that would be really unfair to me. But I might still be willing to take that bet.
You would.
Oh, it depends. It depends where they go with it. It really does. I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm gonna be watching it live. I'm gonna be watching it at a venue as well with my other podcasting buddies, and we're gonna have a group of wrestling fans there. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Royal Rumble is always good. Hopefully, we get enough people to do the. We want to do a wrestling pool, Rumble pool. So hopefully, there's at least 30 people there.
Is it just
Put
a
numbers in a
random
hat.
pool?
Well, just for Royal Rumble.
Numbers in a hat.
Yeah, exactly. So just whatever number you get, that's your person to win the Rumble, kind of thing.
God, can you imagine sitting there just waiting for the person to come out? And
dude, it makes it so. Royal Rumble is already exciting for that. It just makes
but
it. But
now you're forced to root for Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Well, it forces you to once.
I mean,
you don't.
You make that a winner take all pot, and it's $5 a number. Somebody's walking out of there with $150.
Yeah, straight up.
That's a fun pool. That's a fun pool.
Yeah, so depends. If we get 30 or whatever, we might do maybe, depending on how many people, just divide it by how many people are there, and we pick these set numbers, and boom,
No, I'm getting what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Fair enough.
You're definitely giving me some food for thought. But on that note, I'm pretty sure we've come to the end of the show because we've talked bullshit for quite a while.
2 hours.
Well, no, it wasn't like all bullshit. There was real
No,
stuff
that's fair. It was real stuff within the bullshit.
It's time to close. Just a reminder, for the time being, we're still not advertising this, even though I'm going to advertise it because I think that it's fantastic. You can go to gofactor.com and use our promo code FACTORSE 13652 for 60% off your first box. It's a great deal. It is less expensive than going and buying your own groceries, so it's not a bad idea. I mean, unless you're living on ramen, this is probably cheaper than what you would buy.
Right.
What you would spend money on. If you're living on ramen, I'm sorry, man. You should get a sponsorship from Factor.
Yeah.
And obviously you can go to our merch store, which is right back there. You can catch me at right here because ours both fit on the screen because we're not crazy like somebody else. So you can catch me at DA Vincent Cafe, only on Twitter. That's the only place I am. You can catch him.
There you go. At twitch.tv/JLBTLC25, where I hope to be streaming more. Because everyone's got a game every once in a while. But if you want to catch me on Twitter, you can catch me at JLB420. And I post stuff on Real Talk Radio is the brand. Haven't done much with it. That's why I haven't been promoting it though. But it is there, and links will be down below in the doobly-doos, like the shirt says, which you can also go to shop.spreadshirt.com/rawandorderwbu to also purchase one. Because the links are always, and it's blue, and it's nice, and you can get any color you want, and you can even get our autograph shirt. If you're going to Elimination Chamber like me, go get an autograph shirt, get the wrestlers to sign it. They're going to love it because it's nice, it's smooth, and it keeps your autographs. Like Fabe has over there, looks beautiful. So
Nebraska.
There you go. So that is it. That is all, good sir. Take it away.
But as always, thank you for joining us here at Raw and Order WBU. Remember, we will be back Tuesday, 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 with our fantasy booking. Probably we'll have some Royal Rumble fantasy bookings. I'm going to guess that guy is going to do some fantasy booking for Royal Rumble. Mostly because that's
unpredictable like that.
At the very last minute.
Yep.
And so,
I don't know what to do. Well, what do we have this week? Royal Rumble? I'm going to do a Royal Rumble.
Perfect. Okay, we'll do that.
I'm a very simple-minded individual, and I like to keep it simple.
I don't know. I'd call you simple-minded, bud.
It's fine.
There's predictability.
I am a simpleton. Boom.
The simple peon of the peons, all beyond.
There you go.
Wait, no, that sounds filthy.
That
Anyway,
sounds R. Kelly.
moving forward. Thanks for coming. We'll see you soon. I gotta put the outro. Here you go. Hey, we can do this now. We won't get in trouble.
Hey, look at that. Look at us go.
We're not getting yelled at. We're talking during the outro. He's going to cut it anyway.
No, that's solid. You might want to get off live, though. Thanks, guys, for coming. We'll see you Tuesday. Live.